Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel today. We're diving deep into the digital world with a challenge. Can I survive a whole day without social media? We're talking zero scrolling, no liking, no posting, a full-on digital detox. Think about it. How many times a day do you check your phone? How many notifications do you get? Does it feel impossible to put it down? This stuff can seriously mess with your mental health and productivity. We're talking increased anxiety, messed up sleep, and feeling totally overwhelmed. So, in this video, we're going to break down the signs of social media addiction, the real impact it's having on our lives, and some strategies to regain control. I'm talking about taking back your time, your focus, and your well-being. Let's do this. All right, let's get real for a minute. Social media addiction is a real thing, and it's more common than you might think. It's not just about spending hours scrolling through your feed. It's about how it makes you feel and how it affects your behavior. First off, let's talk about the compulsive checking. You know what I'm talking about. That constant urge to refresh your feeds, even when you know there's nothing new. According to Pew Research Center, 73% of Americans check their phones at least once an hour. Common Sense Media found that teens are spending an average of 9 hours a day on entertainment media alone. Then there's the time suck. You sit down to check a notification and suddenly an hour's gone by. Social media is designed to keep you hooked with endless scrolling and algorithms that know exactly what will keep you engaged. And let's not forget about the anxiety. You know that feeling you get when you can't find your phone? That pit in your stomach, that sense of unease? That's your brain telling you it needs its fix. Let's talk about FOMO, the fear of missing out. This is one of the biggest downsides of social media. You're constantly bombarded with images and stories of other people living their best lives, and it's easy to start comparing yourself and feeling inadequate. The American Psychological Association found that social media use is linked to increased feelings of envy and social comparison, particularly among young adults. But here's the thing. Social media is a highlight reel. People only post the best versions of themselves and their lives. No one's posting about their bad days, their struggles, or their insecurities. FOMO can also lead to excessive posting. You feel pressure to present a perfect image of yourself online. So you spend hours crafting the perfect post, taking countless selfies, and obsessing over likes and comments. It's time to break free from the FOMO trap and start living in the present moment. Here's a scary thought. Social media, the thing that's supposed to connect us, might actually be making us more isolated. Think about it. How often do you see groups of people hanging out, but instead of talking to each other, they're glued to their phones? A study by the University of Pennsylvania found that social media use is linked to decreased well-being and increased feelings of loneliness. It's ironic, right? We're more connected than ever before, yet we're feeling more alone. When we're constantly on our phones, we're not fully present in our real-life conversations. We're distracted, we're not really listening, and we're missing out on those nonverbal cues that are so important for building meaningful connections. We've traded deep, meaningful conversations for superficial interactions, and it's taking a toll on our relationships. It's time to put down our phones and start engaging with the world around us. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the impact of social media on our mental health. This stuff is no joke. Studies have shown a direct link between excessive social media use and increased levels of stress, anxiety, depression, and even sleep problems. JAMA Psychiatry found that people who use social media more than 3 hours a day are more than twice as likely to report poor mental health, including symptoms of anxiety and depression. And the National Sleep Foundation found that 95% of people use some type of electronic device an hour before bed, which can interfere with sleep quality. Think about it. You're constantly bombarded with news, opinions, and images, much of it negative or anxiety-provoking. Your brain doesn't know how to process all this information, so it goes into overdrive, leading to feelings of overwhelm, stress, and anxiety. And then there's the comparison game. Constantly comparing yourself to others online can lead to feelings of inadequacy, low self-esteem, and even depression. And let's not forget about the sleep disruption. This next part is especially important for parents, educators, and anyone who cares about the well-being of young people. Social media is impacting the developing brains of children and teens in ways we're only beginning to understand. The World Health Organization recommends that children under the age of 1 should not be exposed to screens at all, and children aged 2 to 4 years should have no more than 1 hour of screen time per day. The Lancet Child and Adolescent Health published a study showing that teenagers who spend more than 3 hours a day on social media are more likely to experience mental health problems, such as anxiety and depression. And the American Academy of Pediatrics warns that excessive social media use can lead to cyberbullying, sleep deprivation, and body image issues in children and adolescents. Social media can be a breeding ground for insecurity, anxiety, and depression in young people. That was a lot, right? We've covered a ton of ground today, from the signs of social media addiction to its impact on our mental health, productivity, and relationships. But here's the good news. It's not all doom and gloom. We can take back control of our digital lives and create healthier habits. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're struggling with social media addiction, I want to hear from you in the comments below. Share your experiences, your challenges, and your tips for managing your social media use. See you in the next one.